Hey guys, this video is gonna be on testing me. This is a really good way to prove to yourself that the things I'm talking about are true, is by trying to debunk me, trying to prove me wrong, right? We connect dots looking back into our past for experience, right? Experiences, right? And we've created a fantasy because we want inspiration. So we look at our fantasy for inspiration when we're feeling down, and then we can connect dots looking back. Hey, I completed a journal. I can connect dots looking back over that 90-day period. Do I feel better about myself when I look in the mirror? Do I have more confidence? The people that I've been forgiving, how do I really feel, right? These action steps that I'm writing down and doing every day. In 90 days, have I gained quite a bit of ground, right? You guys can start looking up all of these scientific studies. You can get on NASA or you can get on peer-reviewed science, and you can start, all of this stuff's public knowledge. All this stuff that I'm talking about has been proven by scientists, right? They want to call it energy. I want to call it God. To me, it doesn't really matter, right? I believe that this God is internal and the energy is external, right? If you want to look at it that way. They're studying the cosmos and nature, which to me is everything that's inside of us, right? Our bodies operate, all of our cells work together. There's no turmoil inside of us. There's no cell saying, hey, you owe me, I did more than you did last week. It's the same thing with trees and flowers outside. Everything's harmonious when you get yourself back to homeostasis. When you're not in homeostasis, then things are off balance. You won't feel very good. And then you're going to get back into homeostasis by doing all of these exercises I'm asking you to do. And it's going to blow your mind how wonderful you feel. And you're going to be aware of how bad you felt and that you just put up with it because you thought that was normal, right? But if you're not willing to test me and try to prove me wrong, right? That's how you really start to gain an understanding of, oh my gosh, okay. And then you open up your subconscious to the things that I'm saying so that it can go straight in and you don't have to contemplate on it anymore, right? But in the beginning, you haven't tried to test me yet. You don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. So test me, test me, test me. Get online, look up some peer-reviewed science, pop on one of my videos, ask the question. Do thoughts create things? Is spirit evenly present everywhere, all the time? I mean, you can ask any host of questions, right? Does negative thinking cause disease? Does positive thinking cause acceleration? I mean, you can ask anything. Right now, you might have to, but I want you to find peer-reviewed science, right? By real scientists that aren't being funded by some corporation who wants to keep us suppressed so that we have to keep buying their medicines, right? You can at least do that. So you get real information that's not skewed by money. And just test it, you know? I've asked you guys numerous times to get a tape recorder and record every conversation you have and then listen to it. You're gonna say 100 to 500 negative words in those conversations, I promise you. And they don't seem negative when you're saying them because you're just I know this sounds bad, but you're just gossiping, right? And your habit about gossiping with your friend is you say the same thing over and 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 over. It might be about a different person, but it's the same things coming out of your mouth. Yeah, I really don't like that she does that, or I really don't like when he does that, and I'm not a real big fan of him, and yeah, his attitude's kind of right? And I know you don't think a lot of that's negative. It is. You're gossiping. We're not supposed to be gossiping, right? Be a good finder, not a fault finder, right? You want to know where you really are and be honest with yourself? Just try to do that for 90 days. Find the good in everything. It's really easy to find the negative in everything. It's harder to find the good in everything. You have to look, right? Positive, negative. They're a ways apart, but they're attached. Everything is one. So if something really, really bad happens to you, there has to be something really, really good in it. And if something really, really good happens to you, there has to be something really, really bad in it. But you have to look for that. You'll find it. So I really want you guys to test me. We're starting the third journal of the year, and I need you guys to start believing in the things that I'm talking about so that you believe it, so you'll take action on it. In the simplest way I know how is by testing me. Peer-reviewed science, you can go to NASA's website. They have done massive studies on the human. Or you can go to peer-reviewed science. They've done every kind of study you can think of. Atoms, photons. They've broke everything down to the minute, right? There is no empty space, right? All that empty space that they always thought there was so much empty space in an atom, that's God. Can't see it, but it's there, right? Everything's been debunked, right? But over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, for some reason, they don't want us to know how powerful we are. And I'm not here to start a conspiracy. You'll figure that out on your own if you start looking at these scientific studies. Somebody suppressed a lot of information, and it's been keeping us all sick, right? You're going to start vibrating better, which means your cells, and you're going to be into homeostasis, which means your body's going to start functioning normally. It's going to eat food. That food is going to turn into bone, skin, blood cells. And all of your organs are going to do their job and get rid of all of the waste that you don't need. And you're going to feel a heck of a lot better than you have been. You're going to have more energy. Your skin's going to look better. Your wrinkles are going to start to disappear. Some of you might be young, some of you might be old. I'm not, But I promise you, if you go in the bathroom for 15 minutes a day and look at yourself and say, I am beautiful and everyone loves me, your appearance changes. Just do it for 90 days. Your appearance will change. Your skin will be nice. Wrinkles will fade away a little bit. Some of your gray hair will not be gray anymore. I'm telling you. And you feel amazing inside. And that's the best thing about this whole thing, is how great you feel. And when you feel good, you want to do good for other people, right? When you have energy, you want to share it. So this week, please, if you can take a little bit extra time, I know, I'm sorry, but right, we can't waste any more time toward the end of the year. You guys need to either believe in me, in this information that I'm telling you, or not, right? I know you guys can have amazing results by the end of the year. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. You have to have all four pillars in my mind. You have to be well-rounded. So please take some time, find this stuff, ask questions, look it up, so that you can start to believe and change some of your beliefs that this world is not just evil. It is actually a bunch of amazingness sprinkled in with some evil. Your whole outcome, your whole day is different, right? And then pretty soon you want to get up. You want to study. You want to learn more. Then you start feeling like you deserve to win. Then you start winning. It's super simple. I'm telling you guys, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I wasted a lot of time. Not just because it's too simple. Our reasoning minds like that doesn't, no, we can't. We have to fight and struggle. It's competition. Once you get out of the creative, or once you get out of the competition mode and get into creative mode, just that alone, so many things change for you, right? You don't need to be in competition with anyone. If you're doing 7 to 10 hours a week on yourself, there's no competition. You're in the top 5%, and the more knowledge you gain and the more time and experience you get, you just coast right to the top. Another thing too that's really been weighing on me, and I was going to talk about it last week and I forgot, is, there's an old saying that we're all standing in our own acre of diamonds. And we truly are, right? Where you are right now in your life, whatever job you have, if you become the best in that industry, you 10x every part of you. Your money, your relationships, the house you're living in, where you're living, the vacations you take, the food you eat, the cars you drive, right? We for some reason, we think it's some other job, or it's at some other state, or it's only on the East Coast, or it's only on the West Coast, or I live in the Midwest and there's no way, there's not enough money over here. There is. Once you become aware that there's diamonds all around you, you're just not looking for them. You're busy looking off somewhere else for them. And some of you need to get different jobs, and some of you have big desires and you want to do something totally different, and I get that. But for those of you that just want to be an employee, but you want it double or triple or quadruple your pay, you can do it where you're at in the company you're at. Somebody there is doing that already, which is the only thing you need to know to be able to do it. Somebody else is doing it, right? I mean, I think the CEO at Boeing made $30 million last year. Like, you know, there's 100,000 employees or however many they have that are scraping by, and then one guy's making, well, he must be that valuable, right? So there's every job you're at, there's positions that if that's something that you really want to do and you want to be an employee and you like that role and you don't want to be an entrepreneur, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, we got to have employees too. I just feel like you can't totally be free until you're an entrepreneur. And I don't mean free in the sense of, because you're going to work more, owning your own business, you're going to have to learn how to deal with different kinds of stresses and deal with employees, and there's a lot to it, but it's on you. You don't have to worry about what so-and-so did. You just have to get up and do the best you can do, right? And you can get to control all that. So that's just my own little personal take on it. So yeah, guys, debunk me and ask questions, please. I really want to engage with you guys. I really want to know what's going on. So appreciate you guys. Keep smiling. You know, we're under 6 months left in the year. It's going to be awesome. We're just going to keep going and keep learning and keep writing, keep speaking, keep thinking, right? That's the name of the game. So have a good day, guys. Thank you. Bye.